presentation.
Jake Paul, Tank Davis, November 14th.
Welcome back to Legacy Fight. Today, we're diving into one of the most anticipated clashes in boxing, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Both fighters have massive fan bases, incredible hype, and everything to prove inside the ring. The world is watching and expectations are sky high. But who will dominate when the bell rings? Let's start with Gervonta Davis. Known for his knockout power and lightning-fast speed, Davis is a master of combos and adapts quickly in the ring. His footwork and defensive skills make him extremely hard to hit, and his past knockouts show just how dangerous he can be at any moment. On the other side, Jake Paul brings size, reach, and athleticism. He's been learning from past fights, improving every step, and his strategy relies on maintaining distance, using pressure smartly, and relying on stamina to last through the rounds. But this fight isn't just about individual skills. It's about key battle points, mental warfare, and who can stay calm under pressure. Fans around the world are asking, who has the edge? Who will land the big shots? And who will shock us all? In the next part of this video, we'll break down the fight itself, the strategies, the strengths and weaknesses of each fighter, and show you why this fight is the talk of the boxing world. Stay tuned, because you don't want to miss a single moment of this battle. Now, let's dive into the fight itself. The core of why fans around the world are glued to their screens. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis isn't just a clash of names. It's a battle of styles, strategies, and raw power. To truly understand this fight, we need to look at each fighter individually, analyze their strengths and weaknesses, and see how their approaches will interact in the ring. Starting with Gervonta Davis. He is widely recognized for his explosive knockout power. Every punch he throws carries potential danger, and he has an uncanny ability to read his opponents. His combinations are lightning fast, and he often chains punches together with incredible precision. Davis is also known for his footwork. He moves efficiently, constantly adjusting angles to create openings while minimizing risks. Defensive skills are another cornerstone of his game. He knows how to slip, parry, and counter with remarkable timing. This means even a highly aggressive fighter can struggle to land clean shots against him. Davis's past fights show a consistent pattern. He studies his opponents, adapts quickly in mid-fight, and capitalizes on any mistake. Against a technically sound fighter, he may rely more on accuracy and timing, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash his knockout power. Against someone who pressures aggressively, he can pivot, create distance, and then strike decisively. His endurance is solid, but the first 3 rounds are usually where he asserts dominance, testing his opponent's defense and composure. On the other hand, Jake Paul brings a different dynamic. While Davis relies on raw power and speed, Paul uses size, reach, and strategic pressure to his advantage. Over the course of his boxing career, Paul has been learning from every fight. He has developed better defensive awareness, smarter punch selection, and a keen sense of timing. One of his key assets is distance control. He can use his reach to keep opponents at bay, making it difficult for them to land clean shots. Paul's stamina is also noteworthy. If the fight goes into the later rounds, he has the ability to maintain consistent activity, potentially wearing down an opponent who relies on explosive bursts early. The first critical point of analysis is accuracy versus volume. Davis typically throws fewer punches, but each is high impact, precise, and potentially fight-ending. Paul, conversely, tends to throw more, using volume to disrupt rhythm and create openings. This difference sets the stage for a fascinating tactical battle. Will Paul be able to land enough effective punches to offset Davis's heavy strikes? Or will Davis find a perfect opening to end the fight early? Another key factor is ring control. In boxing, controlling the center of the ring is crucial, as it allows a fighter to dictate pace, angles, and positioning. Davis often uses agile footwork to move in and out, finding the most advantageous positions to strike while staying unpredictable. Paul, aware of this, will likely try to force Davis against the ropes or corners, using his reach to limit mobility and apply constant pressure. Observing how both fighters manage space will be a major part of understanding the fight's flow. Also cannot be underestimated. The hype surrounding this fight, the media attention, and the pressure performing in front of a global audience all play a role. Davis is experienced in high-stakes situations, But Paul has shown that he can maintain composure and stick to a game plan under pressure. How each fighter responds to tension, especially when things don't go according to plan, could ultimately decide the fight. Now let's break it down. These early rounds are often about testing. Davis will likely use fast jabs, combination punches, and footwork to assess Paul's reactions. Paul may respond by maintaining distance, using straight punches and controlled aggression to see how Davis handles pressure. Look for quick exchanges, feints, and counters that set the tone for later rounds. The energy will be high, but caution will be evident on both sides. By now, both fighters will have a clearer sense of strategy. Davis may begin increasing power combinations, targeting openings identified in earlier rounds. Paul might start to implement adjustments, using his reach to land long-range punches and testing Davis's stamina. This is a critical phase where momentum can shift quickly. A single successful combination or counterpunch could swing the psychological edge. Stamina and adaptation become increasingly important. Davis's speed and power may remain high, but if Paul has weathered the early storm, he could exploit minor mistakes. Look for strategic clinches, jab variations, and lateral movement as each fighter tries to gain an advantage. Footwork and ring positioning are key here. Being trapped in corners or forced to retreat repeatedly can change the fight's trajectory. The final rounds will test endurance, mental toughness, and fight IQ. If the fight remains close, one fighter's ability to stay sharp and capitalize on fatigue can make all the difference. Paul may push the pace, trying to overwhelm Davis with sustained pressure. Davis, aware of the stakes, will look for fight-ending opportunities while maintaining his defensive awareness. At this stage, even small errors could be decisive, making the fight's final moments incredibly suspenseful. Throughout the fight, keep an eye on critical exchanges. The left hook of Davis, Paul's jab combinations, counterpunches in tight situations, and corner advice impacting strategy. These micro moments often determine the macro outcome. Fans who watch closely will notice patterns, who adjusts better, who anticipates attacks, and who stays calm under pressure. In summary, this fight is a complex interplay of power, speed, strategy, and mental fortitude. Davis brings explosive knockout potential and adaptive skill, while Paul offers size, reach, and the ability to endure pressure. The outcome will hinge on who controls the pace, who lands the crucial punches, and who maintains composure when the fight's tension peaks. Stay tuned, because after this analysis, we'll provide the final verdict. Predictions based on strategy, performance, and what the key moments are likely to reveal. The fight isn't just about brute strength. It's a chess match in the ring, with every jab, combination, and movement telling a story. And that's what makes this clash between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis one of the most exciting events in boxing history. Now, it's time for the final verdict in this epic showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. After analyzing their strengths, strategies, and the key battle points throughout the fight, it's clear that this isn't just about raw power or size. It's a game of tactics, timing, and mental toughness. Gervonta Davis has proven time and again that his explosive power and precise combinations can end fights in moments. His footwork, defensive skills, and ability to adapt mid-fight make him a constant threat in every round. If Davis dominates the early rounds with fast starts and accurate punches, he can take control of the fight and put immense pressure on Paul, forcing mistakes and creating opportunities for a knockout. On the other hand, Jake Paul has size, reach, and stamina as his main weapons. If he can maintain distance, control the pace, and withstand the initial power burst from Davis, he has a real chance to turn the tide in the later rounds. Paul's ability to adapt and stay calm under pressure will be crucial. A single well-timed counter or strategic adjustment could shift momentum in his favor. So, how might this fight play out? In the early rounds, Davis is likely to assert his dominance, testing Paul's defense and looking for openings. Paul will respond with measured aggression, trying to maintain distance and capitalize on any opportunity. Mid-fight, both fighters will adjust, making key tactical decisions. Round by round, momentum could swing multiple times, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. The final rounds will test endurance, fight IQ, and mental toughness. Who can keep their focus, land critical shots, and stay composed under intense pressure. The fighter who can combine strategic thinking with physical execution will have the edge. Every punch, Every step in the ring counts, and even a small mistake could prove decisive. In conclusion, this fight is unpredictable, high stakes, and incredibly exciting. Both Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis bring unique strengths, and a winner will be the one who executes their strategy flawlessly while adapting to the opponent's moves. Fans, what do you think? Will Davis's explosive power be too much for Paul, or will Paul's reach, size, and endurance turn the fight in his favor? Comment below and let us know who you believe will emerge victorious. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Legacy Fight, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all fight breakdowns, highlights, and insider analysis. This fight is one for the history books, and you won't want to miss a single moment. Stay tuned for post-fight coverage and expert insights. Legacy Fight will bring you all the details, reactions, and analysis you need to stay ahead in the world of boxing. Remember, in boxing, it's not just the punches that count. It's timing, strategy, and mental toughness that often determine the outcome. Whether you're a fan of Jake Paul or Gervonta Davis, this fight is a masterclass in high-stakes boxing, and the thrill of the ring will keep everyone talking long after the final bell rings. So, buckle up, stay alert, and get ready for an unforgettable clash that could change the boxing landscape forever.